back to the program.
Well, good morning. It's always great to be with you.
Well, how sweet of you. It's some of those were funny. Some of those were a little bit close to home when it comes to, maybe not being able to get a job, moving back into your parents' basement. Is college still worth it?
Well, it is absolutely worth it. And we've got to just make sure that when folks come out of college and they're coming out with a degree and not mounds of debt. And as you know, that's what I'm working on, because we know today that to be able to be successful, to get the jobs that are out there, you have to have more than just high school. In fact, the National Association of Manufacturers says right now there's 600,000 jobs left open because they're trying to find folks with the right skills, whether it's engineering background or something in skilled trades or whatever it is to fit the jobs that are out there. So, yes, it is important to do. World keeps changing. We've got to keep growing and going through changes in terms of education. But right now, we're in a situation where students are coming out of college with enough debt where they could buy a house, a nice house. I was talking to somebody a couple of weeks ago. He and his wife together have $185,000 in debt from their student loans. They have a 3-year-old little girl, and he said to me, I'm still going to be paying off my student loans when we should be putting money away for my daughter's college education. So at minimum, and we're voting today on a bill that at minimum would at least let folks refinance those loans down to the lowest possible interest rate. You can refinance a house. We can take advantage of lower interest rates for everything else, but folks haven't been able to do that for student loan debt. And there's more student loan debt in our country today than credit card debt. So number one is we've got to let folks, save thousands of dollars or tens of thousands, depending on their loans, by being able to refinance their debt down to the lowest possible rate. And then, frankly, there's a lot more to do as well.
Yeah, you begin to wonder, where maybe, as Jay Leno said, education isn't for everyone. Is it?
Well, it's impossible to be able to go out and get a job today without some skill level, some education. It's something that we've always understood. We're looking around the world. Other countries are racing to beat us. In fact, they're putting more money into higher education. A lot of countries, if you make the grade coming out of high school, there's no cost for college because they understand in a global economy we're competing, for the best workers, the best innovators, and so on. And I'm concerned because in Michigan, for instance, Michigan has cut more out of higher education than almost any other state. And then we turn around, what does that mean? Tuition goes up. So we're in the top 10 in the country in student loan debt. The average person coming out of the 4-year or 5-year college has got $29,000 in debt. And if you go on to grad school, it's much, much higher. So, we've got to decide that it's worth investing both in K-12 for our children, but also if we're going to say to folks, you need to go out and get an education, then we need to make sure that it's affordable and that people then can come out and not be stuck paying student loan debt rather than being able to buy a house, start a family, buy a car. I mean, it all relates to the economy as well. So number one is to lower the interest rates, and that's what we're doing today, is voting on a bill that would allow everyone with student loan debt to be able to refinance it at the lowest rate.
Well, we will keep our eyes and ears on the United States Senate today, and U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow says that's the least we can do. The president came up with this pay-as-you-earn repayment plan, too.